Page 78, In My Red Convertible. It's a neat little piece. Play this for people if you want. It's a nice thing they might like to hear, and there's different styles, different ways of interpreting it, so we'll have to talk about that too. 4/4 time, lots of eighth notes, some dotted rhythms, oh goody. Lots of accidentals, because no sharps or flats in the key, so it's more or less in C major, more or less. Let's take it one hand at a time, make sure we get all these notes and rhythms. The right hand at the beginning, little finger here, you're in C position. And I start out in C position because that's the key we're in. And then I'll have to adjust it for these accidentals. But whatever note, or whatever finger's on that key is the finger I'm going to use for the black key, whatever it is. So here, for the F sharp, the fourth finger's on the F, so I use fourth finger. And for the E, I'm going to use third finger. That means it's an F natural. They have to have the natural sign in that F, or it'd be an F sharp, because that sharp is good for the rest of the measure. So it's here. That's weird, isn't it? 1 and 2 and 3 and. Oh, goody. Then down one line, same thing. It helps if you don't listen to it too much, okay? Next line, similar. You just do that. And then the next line, oh goody, it's very repetitious, isn't it? Top of page 79. Now, thumb comes down to a B, and then here, thumb comes up, and then let's jump down to the next line. Measure 15. During the rest, just simply come up. It's the same thing, an octave higher. And then the last measure, you come back down here, and it's a B flat and a D. They're saying 1 and 3, but I find it easier if I use 2 and 4, because this causes problems when you start putting your hand up here and here. You have to sometimes, but if you don't have to, I don't, and I don't have to. So I have 2, 4 here. Keeps my hand out here. If I use thumb, I got to come up here. Left hand, you got a C chord, 1 chord, and then the F chord is a 4 chord. 1 and 2 and. Flex the wrist with each of these. Don't play with a stiff wrist. Try and get the notes down at the same time. That's good until you get to the third line down. They say prepare LH. Well, you're simply going to move your left hand down here. It's an octave lower, or not an octave. It's down here for F. In F major, it's 1 chord, and then the 4 chord in F major. We sort of went into F major with the accidentals. So the sound is F major. Then we come back, next line up here. Top of page 79, second measure, you're here in G. That's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and come down 1, 2. During the rest, come back up to C. And the last 2 measures, it's the same stuff you're doing in the right hand. And then the low, low C. Now the thing with this harmony, where you're going here, third line you're down here, and then you're up out here, and then you come here. This is a typical 12-bar blues pattern, and a lot of the rock and roll stuff and blues uses this pattern. Basically what we're doing is we're in the key of C major, so we're playing a 1 chord, or the idea, we're staying in the realm of the 1 chord harmony. Here. It's around a 1 chord. And then in the third line, when you come down there, that's actually an F chord, which is a 4 chord. So now we went into the 4 chord harmony. I'm going to play it up here because it's easier to hear. So we went from 1 to 4. And then when you get to the top of page 9, second measure, it's here. Well, that's like a 5 chord in the key of C. A G chord, that's a 5 chord. So we went to the 5 chord. And then the 4 chord, and then the 1 chord. So all we're doing is we're using the primary chords, the harmony in the primary chords for a blues pattern for this piece. And that's why it's doing this. It's a 4 chord. I like it better up here. It gets bloggy when it gets that. It's better to leave out 1 note, maybe the middle note, if you're going to play down that low. And then the 5 chord, but that's the chord progression, so to speak, of the piece. You'll see it a lot in music. And put the hands together. Just make sure you got the rest. See, when I'm moving my left hand like that, I usually wait until right before I need it because I'm focusing on what I'm doing here. Then I get it down. So forth, and that's really the piece. And we get as far as the articulation goes, you connect the slur, connect that, and this other stuff you can't connect. So you just play it. Don't worry about it. Just play it. And that's pretty much the articulation for the most part. And then the dynamics, well, where there's words, it's melody. Bring that out. Moderately loud, I don't know. Keep these chords softer, down to about a moderately. And you're staying more or less in that area. You can get a little loud and soft as you feel it. It gets boring to play it all at the same. And then at the end, on page 79, you're moderately soft here. And you're going to go down to soft. Don't slow down, just get soft. Soft. Don't get soft in the last chord. And the fermato you hang on to a little bit. Oh. The showing pedal at the end. I'm not going to pedal this. I didn't pedal it anywhere else. I'm not going to pedal that. It's just here. They're pedaling it for the color. You can add color to the color. If you pedal it, you've added all these overtones. Forget it. Now, interpreting this, it kind of depends on how fast you're going to go. Because if you take it at a good rock speed, it moves along pretty good. But if you slow it way down, you can actually play it in a more of a blues style. So it depends on how you're interpreting it as to what you do. You can't do a blues, the long short rhythm when you go fast because the short notes are too fast. There isn't time. No, don't even bother with it. Just if you're going to play it fast, make them even. Just bum 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 bum. If you slow it down, then you can swing it. So try one way one time and another way another time and see what you think. I like to play it with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. So I'll give us 4 counts plus the rest because we come in on beat 2. There's a rest on beat 1. Now let's just go real slow. The fermata at the end, I'm going to hold 4 counts instead of 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and go and. there's a duet part for this at the bottom of page 79. I'd like to play that, and you can play what you just played. We'll go a little faster. I'm still going to play the eighth notes evenly though. So let's just try it together slowly and see how it goes. And you can play it right where it's written. You don't need to move around or nothing. I'll give us 4 counts again, and then the rest, so it's 5, and then I actually play, when you have a rest on that first beat, I play something. I have a chord. So I'll play on beat 1 when you rest, and then you start. So it's here. There. And then, so I get the first note. Now on this duet, the duet part itself has a lot of rests in it. When you're doing the eighth notes, there's nothing in the duet part, for the most part. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll play something to keep the beat going. May not be what you're playing, but I'll play something, maybe something on the beat or something, so we keep the beat together. Because I can't hear you, I can't stay with you when you're playing your eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.